folks, and welcome back to Masturbate Fishing Tutorials. Today we're going to tie a Purple Zonker. Okay, so let me get straight into the materials. The hook that I've got on the vise, that is a size 8 lure hook again from Blob and Buzzer. I've got some black, there we go, black rabbit zonker strips. You'll need some silver wire. You'll need thread. Now 8/0 works, but I've got 6/0 in black just to build a wee bit of bulk up on the head. And you will also need some purple dubbing. So this is Twinkle dubbing, again from Blob and Buzzer, and I'm going to be using that as the body. Right, so first of all we're going to start a layer of thread onto the hook. I'm just going to snap that off, and I'm just going to start by popping my wire tied in front to back, and I'm just going to pull off a little bit. And don't use your scissors to cut the wire, you will blunt them pretty quick. And I'm just going to tie in right to the back. And just before it starts to bend round, I'm going to stop and put a little layer of thread on there. Just going to cover that wire up. Now, not because you're going to see it through it, it's just to give my, when I tie the zonker strip in at the back, it's only going to get tied in with a couple of wraps of thread. Okay? So what I've done to the zonker strip at the back is I've trimmed the back part at an angle and popped the scissors in underneath so that I'm not having any overhang on it. Okay, so where it stops, the fur sits back, so you'll have a natural way of the zonker strip sitting, and that's the way you're going to pop it onto the hook. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure it out. Now I've got a part on my hook, and I'm just going to pull forward. It's a wee bit fiddly. Pull forward and just get the part where the natural break occurs, which is just here for me. And then what I'm going to do is press firmly on top, and I'm going to wrap around once lightly and position it twice, 3 times, and I'm going to go 4 times, right, and that'll position it in place. I'm going to lift it back, and I'm then going to lightly wrap a couple of turns just so you don't pull it out of position. Pull it all back, and I'm just going to go in and tighten in. There we go. So now I've got that in the back secured, I'm going to grab my purple dubbing, take some of the dubbing and pop it on, and then what you're looking to do here is build up a nice even body and just pop it on. There you go. And you want to stop a few mil back from the head, because that's where you're going to tie everything in. And stroke it all back just so it's nice and neat. There we go. And you'll see there I've just stopped a few mil back from the head. I'm going to pull my zonker strip over, and I'm going to pull this all back so that it looks like it's just one big strip. I'm then going to pull a couple of strands forward just so that I can get a bite-in point, which is here for me. And again I'm going to hold down quite firmly, and I'm going to go once over just to hold it, and this I'm going to wrap a lot more tightly on this. So once I've got it set, right, so I'm just holding it in there. I'm going to come in with sharp scissors, and I'm going to take away that end piece there. See that there? There we go. So just try and get it as neat as possible. You're then going to build up the head a little bit, just so that it's neat. There we go, then just pop it back. This is going to have a big head on it, but don't worry about that too much. Now to wrap your wire up, your first wrap is now going to come up the back, so the bit that you pulled forward where you tied in, you want to find that position again. There's a wee tricky little fly, and you're going to come over, straight over, and then underneath. You're going to come at an angle, and then you're going to wrap the wire up the body. So again, just pulling out and finding that natural position. Bind down just to give it a bit of strength. Again, the next bit, you're going to try and keep this evenly spaced just to make it look nice. You can always wet as well, just keeps them out there a little bit, and you don't want to be trapping too many threads in. There we go, and then you want to just do the same again all the way to the head. Here we go, and then I'll get the last turn in here. Again, a little bit tricky. Once you get used to this, you can tie them in, no problem. And then, my last strap, I'm going to turn this in at the head. Just secure it in, and then wiggle that wire off. Just wiggle it, and as long as you're holding the thread tight, it will just break. Okay, I'm going to push all this back, make sure that everything's sitting nice, and I'm just going to build up the rest of the head. There we go. I'm going to come in with my whip finish tool. If I could find it. So, I'm going to whip finish the head. Six turns and pull down. Now, the fact that I'm using 6/0 thread means that I can pull that a wee bit tighter and just keep that. Now, what I like to do is pull everything back and then just get a lighter and just touch the end, just making sure that you don't catch any of the rabbit fur. Now, that's perfect the way it is. However, if you've got a dubbing brush, tease out the bottom. There we go, and then make sure it all comes back. Now you can brush down the rabbit fur as well. Now this will give you a better finish. There we go, and I'm just going to tease that all out just to come down, and then you're ready to pop your varnish on the end. Make sure there's no fluff on there. Take your Sally Hansen's. I like Sally Hansen's because it builds up quite a solid head on the fly. It also soaks in, and you're just going to pull the fur out of the way, and you're just going to dab that onto the head and build yourself up a nice head. Now you maybe need about 5 or 6 coats on this. It depends how long you want your fly to last, to be honest with you, how durable you want it to be. However, that is your black and purple zonker. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, remember and hit that subscribe button, and we hope to see you in the future. Okay, thank you.